Chapter 27. The Intuitive Athlete. By Giuseppina Del Vicario. Sporting activities are very valuable to society for many reasons. Athletes are role models, at every level from childhood to the pro sports teach the value and benefits of teamwork, doing your job, practice, persistence, and concentration. You can see how hard work pays off. An Army instructor at the U.S. Military Academy at West Point put it this way when he spoke of mental training for their athletes: it's a part of their leadership development, because this is no different really than the ability of a leader to think, problem-solve, react, and eliminate distractions in combat. He added, the ability to maintain focus, to maintain a calm state, and to make critical decisions is paramount to our profession. Top athletes have great anticipation. Top athletes throughout the world report that intuition and mental projection help them in many ways. The ability to correctly anticipate what your opponent is going to do gives you a definite edge in competition. In fact, the ability to use your intuition to get information and to anticipate future events is the real secret to outstanding success in every area of life. If you can use your intuition to sense the best training routine, you will get into better shape more quickly and easily than if you are limited only to random guessing. Anytime you can sense what other people are thinking or what they are likely to do, you know exactly how to prepare so that you will be ready for them. Imagine sensing what someone is willing to pay for your services. You'd know exactly what price you can negotiate. Imagine sensing what your opponent's game plans are. And imagine being able to send a message to your teammates to let them know mentally what you are going to do next. Basketball player Walt Frazier said that he and teammate Bill Bradley could do this. Sometimes he has passed the ball before I've taken the first step. It's like telepathy, Frazier said in the book Clyde, which he wrote with Joe Jars. Olympic fencers sense opponents' strategies. To help his fencers develop a strategy, Andrei Wojciechowicz, a sports psychologist and former coach of the Canadian national fencing team, used a special technique taught in the Silva courses, where you imagine that you are putting another person's head over your own, as though you were putting on a helmet. You can then experience what that person is experiencing. This was used by some fencers before unusually difficult bouts in order to instinctively plan the correct strategy for the fencing match, Wojciechowicz explained. One fencer imagined putting on the head of a world champion before a match, got the feeling, took off the helmet, and then fenced the match with a great success. Know when to shoot. Lance Miller, an international shooting coach at the U.S. Olympic Training Center, said that one of the most important things in the Silva course to help his athletes is intuition. There are a number of factors that shooters cannot detect objectively, such as the wind direction and velocity, which can influence the bullet's path, a nick in a bullet that you can't see with the naked eye, or even tiny variations in the size of the power charge. The athletes need to be able to sense these things, Miller said. I tell my guys and girls that if everything doesn't feel right, don't shoot. When they learn to project their minds to detect problems, this helps them tremendously. Miller is teaching his athletes how to use some of the Silva techniques to help them in their quest for world and Olympic championships. The same idea applies to other sports as well, where variables such as wind or precision manufacture of equipment could be factors that influence the success of the athlete's effort. How to program to be in a special state of mind. Have you ever had a day when everything you did was right, every movement was smooth and precise, when you felt that nobody could defeat you? Some athletes call that being in the zone. It is a time of great anticipation, when you seem to know in advance what is going to happen so that your reactions are always right. Jose Silva called it being in a special state of mind. You can condition yourself to be in this special state of mind more often by using your alpha level. Jose Silva explained it this way: first, enter your level and recall a time when you were in the groove, when you were in the zone, when you performed perfectly, when everything you did was right, when you could feel yourself achieving your best, when you knew that you would achieve just what you desired. Recall how you felt at this time. This feeling is the result of a special state of mind. Recall exactly how you felt, physically, mentally, and emotionally, when you had this special state of mind. Any time in the future when you need to have the same state of mind again, all you need to do is to use the words special state of mind as a trigger mechanism to help you get into that state of mind where you will be just as successful again, and more so every time you do this. Eventually, you will establish enough points of reference for the feeling of being in the groove, in the zone, so that it will then be automatic. At that time, all you need to do is to recall that state of mind, of being in the groove, in the zone, and you will be there. Every time that you perform in a superior manner, every time that you have a very good training session or performance, then enter your level and reinforce that success at level, so that you will continue to get better and better every time you practice. Giuseppina Del Vicario, who competed under the name Vidhia, won the Italian Martial Arts National Championship in Tai Chi Chuan 3 consecutive years, competing against both men and women, and retired undefeated. She has been a Silva instructor in Italy since 1995, and she currently directs all Silva activities in the Milano area and in southern Italy.